the following live stream may include adult language and themes. How could we know for sure? Hasn't happened yet. Anyway, viewer discretion is advised.
Downey, start.
Hello and welcome to Once Upon a One Shot. Yeah, Erika, go ahead, take it away. I should ask you if you wanted to do the intro.
No, you're all good. Welcome everybody to Once Upon a One Shot. We're playing Never Stop Blowing Up, which is a game system developed by Dimension 20 based on the Kids on Bikes, Kids on Brooms system. Today is Nickception. We are all Nicolas Cage characters playing the plot of another Nicolas Cage movie. So yeah, it's going to be super exciting. Meg, do you want everyone to introduce themselves before we get started, or should we just hop right in?
We can definitely do introductions. That would be good. Once Upon a One Shot is a monthly community game that we run where anyone in our Discord community can run a game or play in the games. So if you want to be part of the action, join our Discord community. We do these once a month, any system. I'm Meg. Michael, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Michael.
And James is up there. Say hi, James.
I'm somewhere out there.
Are you frozen?
No.
Oh, okay. You looked like you were frozen for a second, but I think a video caught up. Anyway, that's okay. James. Hey, Sean, say hi. That's Sean.
Hi.
And there's Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And over there's another James. Say hi, Kessler.
Hi, I'm the other James.
And of there's Keith.
Hi, guys.
And over there, a little further, is Parker.
Hello, I'm Parker.
Hey, Parker. And that's Erika. She's gonna be our game master. I'm really sorry. I got overwhelmed by how many people there were and no good way to verbalize who should go win.
Probably there.
Do we want to say what Nicolas Cage characters we're playing though?
Of course.
Yeah, I think that would be super helpful.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just call you out in the order that goes across the overlay. So, Downey, go first.
I'm Dr. Stanley Goodspeed, chemical weapons expert from The Rock.
Keith.
I am playing Big Daddy from Kick-Ass.
Parker.
Hey, I'm Benjamin Franklin Gates from National Treasure.
I'm Meg. I'm playing Cameron Poe from Con Air. Michael.
I'm H.I. McDonough from Raising Arizona.
Which was a much better Southern accent than Con Air. What the fuck?
Well, to be fair, never mind. We're gonna fall down a
fair.
rabbit hole of Nicolas Cage introspection and analysis, and then we'll never get the game going.
We never will.
No.
Nick, who are you playing?
I'll be playing Spider Noir from Into the Spider-Verse.
Sean.
I will be playing Edward Malice from The Wicker Man.
Beautiful. And Kessler.
I will be playing Daredevil Johnny Blaze, also known as the Ghost Rider.
Beautiful.
I am
Incredible.
so glad I got that set up.
Love it.
Also, Sean, every time I look at you, I'm trying not to crack up because of whatever what you got going on.
What? Yeah, what?
Is this supposed to be a bear?
It's a Beanie Baby.
Is that what you're doing here?
It's a Beanie Baby, yeah. Well, I'm in my bear costume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see that.
I just beat the shit out of Lily Sobieski.
That's
There you
perfect.
go.
I may or may not have a pantyhose on hand should I need to get in undercover.
Forgot my pill bottle downstairs.
I
It's
also
not
have
pink, but I do have a bunny.
I also have a Nicolas Cage soundboard.
Oh, boy.
my
What
God.
does that mean?
Yes.
It
Can you give us a
means-
sample? Please give
us a
I
sample.
mean, okay, hold on. I have a program that I use called Voice Mod, and it just basically it plays sounds through Discord.
Oh God.
I let myself be bit by a spider this morning and may or may not need to go to the hospital later.
Bring me to the bit. I actually stole the Declaration of Independence.
Nice.
I bet that was good research for the character.
Yeah,
I
that's
just-
good. Yeah.
I just have a leather jacket and fiery themed dice.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I just got released from prison after being set up, and I'm gonna try to say help get my daughter back.
Oh,
Perfect.
Amazing.
I did some
Perfect.
time as well in a federal penitentiary for some reason, despite the charge being a state crime in Alabama.
I'm the guy that made a deal with the devil.
Oh my God.
I just want to know why
You're welcome,
we don't
James.
have any fucking sugar. Everybody just has honey.
Not even the royal honey. None for you.
None for me.
Not for you.
We could just do this for 2 hours, probably.
Yes, we
Maybe
can.
we can.
We should
I'm sitting here
probably
wondering
get
how much-
started.
We probably should, yeah.
Amazing. All right. So, off screen, we see a brick go through the glass display windows of a Porsche dealership on Wilshire Avenue in Santa Monica, California, in the year 2000. In running through the window, you see three men. They steal the key for the Porsche, unlock it, take it from its rotating display, and then drive it back through the glass shop doors of the dealership. It blasts out onto Wilshire Avenue, and they start a car chase, or they start a race down the highway that attracts the attention of the police. You see the Porsche eventually pulls into a garage. As the door closes, the police kind of pull up. Everyone has to flee the scene. And then we switch over to our annual meeting of the Nic Cages. We are somewhere in the desert of California. There's a children's birthday party happening in the background. They're go-karting around a track. As you all sit in this building in the desert. You all know, you've seen this before. It feels vaguely familiar. You know that as the meeting of the Cages works, it started, back in the beginning with just Valley Girl and Rumblefish, Randy and Smokey, the original Nic Cage characters meeting, and has slowly grown over time to be a kind of yearly annual conference that happens.
Cage Con.
Cage
Cages
Con.
The gathering
love
of
it.
the
Or the
Cage.
Cages get together in the movie situation of another cage that is missing. Today we find ourselves in Gone in 60 Seconds. So you all are sitting in this desert gas station type building with a go-kart track for children on the outside. And you can see the kind of kids going around in the go-kart track as you guys all sit there at the annual convention. Cool.
Crickets.
so
Are we supposed to talk to each other?
You can talk to each other. I can keep going. Whatever. I was leaving it open for you guys for a second.
It's good to see all of you again.
All right, a quick question: is it daytime or nighttime out? Because if I remember correctly, Ghost Rider's form only appears in the dark. So I'm
And
trying
when
to
it's
figure-
around evil, yeah.
It's true. It is daytime right now, but I
Okay,
will let you
good.
know when it becomes nighttime.
Fantastic. I think I'm just sitting at the just sitting at the table. I've got just a pitcher of water right next to me. I'm just chugging it down as fast as I can.
I'll
Amazing.
go
You
over
guys
with
are-
a cup of beer. Hey, Johnny, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. How's the treasure hunting business?
Just always following a lead. Going on to the next spot. You know how it is. How's your soul collection?
Come running in at that moment. And I'm like, hey, boys, glad I could make it.
Pull up a seat. Pull up a seat.
Hey, hi. Good to see you.
Ah, good to see you, Gates. You're looking fancy.
Well,
So what's this all about?
Think our friend from here is missing, so I guess we're filling in.
Oh, right. Who's missing now?
I forget his name. It's so hard to keep all of us in track.
Yeah, I got to get like a planner.
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
Yeah, him.
As you guys are all sitting around, do you see someone who doesn't look like Nicolas Cage start to walk up into the building? But you all kind of recognize this person from somewhere in your lifetime. I need everyone to make a wits check to see who knows who this person is.
All right, Gigs. All right, first roll.
First roll.
All right.
So, do you
All right,
wanna,
D4.
I know we
Oh.
did do this system in February, but do you want to talk a little bit about how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are 9 key skills that you have as a Never Stop Blowing Up character: stunts, brawl, tough, tech, weapons, drive, sneak, wits, and hot. Are your action movie skills that you have, and everyone starts with a D4 in every skill. And so as you roll maximum on that die, it blows up, and you get to roll the next die. So you start at D4, then go to a D6, all the way up to maxing out at a D20 in that skill. The rolls stack, so if you roll a 4 on your D4, you can then roll a D6 immediately afterwards. So there can be like successive dice blows up in one roll. What did everybody get?
Yay.
All right,
I
was
got
waiting for
a
you to finish your
4!
explanation.
Yeah. Meg, you got a 4?
I'm blown
I got a 3. I'm just
Three,
so
okay.
interested in chugging down
up!
water.
And a 1.
Okay, so it
So
seems
5
like we got
total.
two dice blew up in that round.
Hey.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Okay,
8
cool.
total.
So everyone except for Ben Gates recognizes this person because everyone
know who
else
this
got
is.
above a 1.
I got a 1 as well.
Spider
Oh
Noir
yeah,
got
yeah,
one.
Spider Noir. Oh, interesting.
That's
So,
fine.
okay, so everyone except Ben Gates and Spider Noir, you've never really seen this person before, but everyone else recognizes this person is, you just know in your mind that this is Atlee. This is a man who you've stolen cars with in another lifetime. You like see flashes of hot wiring and driving cars down the highways of California with this man. Even if they don't really feel like experiences you've had yourself, for whatever reason, you're flooded with these memories as you see him walk into the room, and he looks at everybody and like acknowledges that you all look like his friend Memphis Reigns, but none of you are actually him. And says to you all, so I'm Atlee, and I imagine that you all are having the same experience with me that I'm having with you right now. But I'm here to let you know that your brother, he's in some deep shit. And is there a place to talk? Are you guys here to help? What is going on?
I've always been partial to conference room B.
Okay. Is that here?
Yeah.
We're in the desert.
But there's a go-kart track around. There's got to be some sort of administrative buildings.
Or a mobile.
Some offices we can borrow.
So yeah, is it?
They do kids parties in there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So
so
is
you
this? Sorry, is this just like our building, or is this like a diner? Like, what is this exactly?
This is just like it's kind of like an office building, like adjacent to this kids
Okay.
go-kart.
Okay.
It's a
but you guys
random
find a
haunted
desk.
property that Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
bought.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That tracks.
You guys find a quick conference room or a desk area, and everyone sits down. And Atlee pulls up and he's like, "So your brother, his name is Kip Rains. And when you left to do this, he took over the car boosting business, if you want to call it that. And his last boost went wrong, and he is in some deep shit with some really bad people.
Boy.
And I think he needs to hear from you, his brothers, to get him out of this, to help clear his name. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but you need to come home and sort this shit out."
Just then, the match that Spider Noir has lit has like reached his fingers and extinguished. And he kind of stands up, and they're inside, but his cape billows anyway because it does that with his trench coat. And he kind of puts his hands on the table, and he looks at this guy Kip, and he goes, "A lot of people have walked into my detective office asking me to solve mysteries. Oftentimes, the person who comes into the room is more connected to the mystery than we think. Who's to say you aren't connected to what's hurt Kip?"
But
And I'm
we're
gonna
not
try
in
to
your
like
office.
feel him out a little bit and see if maybe he's not who we think he is.
Yeah, make a hot check to intimidate him.
Hive's gonna lean over
That's
to one of the other pages. Is that one animated? Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, I think so. Where's the wind coming from?
That's the least of my concerns.
That's right.
I promise you, the only way that I am related to this is wanting the best for Kip. I'm in no way trying to get him killed or put in jail, but I think he's gonna die if you don't come home. His life is on the line.
I'll stand up. I'll put a shoulder on Spider Noir. I'll say, "Whoa, let's hang back there, buddy. We don't want to accuse somebody of doing something wrong if they haven't yet.
Yeah,
we got no reason to think that this person's our enemy.
I got a good feeling here.
Now I have to ask, how long did you have that match lit? Because those go-karts are throwing off all sorts of fumes.
The match is the only way that I feel anything.
Let's not light matches around fuming go-karts.
I'm just grateful that we're not in the dark right now. I feel like I would make this so much worse.
Light another match and just hold it in front of this guy. Kind of stare him in the eyes and say, "I don't know about your universe, but I'm not worried about an explosion."
I am. I can't take that chance.
Whoa.
Chance is what makes what any of us do worthwhile. Chance is what guides us to where we need to be. Chance is what brought us here, and chance is going to bring Kip back. So you either get on board with chance and get on board with my matches, or you go back to your universe and do whatever it is the hell you do.
Edward stands up and goes, "Shh, shh." And he just starts walking towards the door, and you see him walk out the door, and you just hear him say, "Rowan?"
Now, when you say chance, now is that somebody else's name that I missed? Are you one of y'all's named Chance?
No, I don't. No.
No. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm keeping up. So, do you have any leads for us? Like,
yes.
what's the next step?
So obviously the name Raymond Calipri is not going to mean anything to any of you.
Not a clue.
Would have to my friend with the same looks or same voice. But I think that's who's got your brother. That's who the job that went bad was for. And he's out for blood as retribution.
So where is he being held?
Raymond is down at the steel yard in I forget where exactly he is, but somewhere in California on the coast. He is down in the steel yard. You can find him there. That is where he's holding your brother.
All right then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Cages.
So
Pulls the cape.
Let's go, Cages.
Looks like it's time for a proper cage match.
And Atlee looks at you all like deeply confused and says, "Listen, it doesn't matter to me, but I know that Memphis would want you guys to help out here, so I'll take you to Raymond's." We skip forward in time. You guys find yourself in a steel yard. They're crushing cars, collecting scrap metal, all of that type of stuff, and you are led into an office building where there's a very gruff looking, I'm not going to do the accent, but Englishman sitting sitting behind a desk. There's like a weird amount of woodwork around, like tables, nice bookshelves, like things that have been built out of wood. It's a very stark contrast to the steel yard that was outside. And as you walk in, as the group of you walks in, Raymond Calitri looks at you all and says, "I thought Kip just had one brother."
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, we're him.
Yep.
You're all him?
It's complicated.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you want your brother's life, and he motions outside, and you see Kip Rains, this is Memphis's younger brother. You see him handcuffed to the steering wheel of a car that's being forklifted into the crusher and put there through the window of this office. And he says, "Listen, if your brother screwed up for me big time, and if you want both his life and the life of your family to continue living, then I need you to steal 50 cars for me and deliver them to the pier at 8 a.m. 4 days from now." And he hands you a folded list of cars.
Are you gonna get him out of the crusher now? If we say yes?
If you say yes and can deliver me all 50 cars to the pier by 8 a.m. in 4 days, we can get him out of the crusher right now. And you see the crusher starts to like goes down an inch. And Kip ducks underneath as it starts to crush the roof. Are you gonna say yes?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm for it. I'm no stranger to little Grand Theft Auto.
What's stopping us from just killing him and then grabbing our brother? I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us.
You could.
It's up.
This is your game, but I'm
narrative.
The shortest scenario ever.
Well, it's the rules of the narrative. Without following the rules of the narrative, there is no story.
That is true.
And the
right. We'll get your car.
It is admittedly difficult to lean into a trope if you've eliminated the environment in which the trope thrives.
This is true.
We had a screenwriter, one of us. I don't know where he is this time.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get on the email thread, shoot him a line.
Yeah.
All right, we'll grab your cars.
If for no other reason than I just really like stealing cars.
Yeah, hard, but you always get caught.
I have a good feeling this time, though.
Everyone, I'm a police officer.
And I'm an army ranger. What's your point?
You're even less of a stranger to criminals and crime than we are.
But I'm not. Fine.
Well, look at it this way. Look at it this way. What would you rather charge us with? Grand Theft Auto or murder?
Touche. There's less paperwork for Grand Theft Auto. Let's go.
Dave, look at him. Sometimes doing wrong is the greater good.
Yeah. And he takes out a pill bottle and just pops a couple of pills and puts it back in. And
beautiful. The Crusher stops. Kip falls out of the car. And Raymond Calitri says to you all, I'll see you at the pier at 8 a.m. in 4 days with all 50 of the cars on this list.
Is there only one car crusher in this room?
So far, yes.
It's like this huge junkyard, yeah.
Okay.
Can I see the controls to the
crusher?
The crusher?
Yeah, you can take a look at the controls.
I mean, like, can I just visually see where they are?
Oh, yes, you can visually see them. You see, yeah, how it's being activated.
Okay. I'll say, I'm gonna steal these cars for you because it seems like the narrative wants it so, and I like that plan. But good luck starting the crusher again. And I'm just gonna like web sling the crusher like all around it, the buttons, so that like they can't be pressed. Just like the whip my heart out at this crusher's control panel, which and then just walk away.
Okay. Are you trying to like destroy the tech, or are you just covering it in webs so it can't be
covering
accessed?
it in like super hard to cut webs?
I tend to see fiber webs.
Cool. Awesome. The crusher is full of they look animated spider webs. Which is a weird juxtaposition for like a real life thing.
Especially because it's running at 24 frames a second. It's weird. It's like visually clashes.
Does anybody else see that? It's looking real twitchy. Is that just
like
me?
Flickery? No, you're right. I'll pull out the little like, I'll pull the lens, the with the glass with all the thing. I'll look through it. Yeah. Don't know anything.
Gassed with a hallucinogen. Really.
Just wait till Ghost Rider goes CGI.
Oh, God. Look, I'm not the only CGI one of us out there, and I think I'm the better looking one.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, remember the caveman one of us?
Oh God.
I was thinking about the guy in blue spandex.
Oh yeah, that one too.
They're no longer invited back to our parties.
The caveman should be, to be honest. He's cool.
Ug's all right. Ug's all right.
We like Ugg.
He's just clumsy.
Wasn't one of us an ant?
At one point, sure.
Think so.
So.
Okay.
Maybe.
This has been fun.
Anyways,
Shall we start this adventure?
Yeah, let's look at the car. Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Let's reminisce.
Cars.
So you grab Kip and head back to your garage, chop shop, car restoration place, that has been the headquarters for, like, it feels vaguely familiar to you guys. You know, this has been kind of the headquarters for all of the car stealing operations that you vaguely remember or have these like flooding memories of as you walk back in to the place. As you undo the list of cars, you see that a lot of them are, you know, just your standard nice like luxury vehicles. But then there's also a 1996 Ford Taurus, a Honda Odyssey, which is very weird. But then, you know, there's a Ferrari, 360 Spider, there's an Aston Martin, there's a 67 Corvette, a BMW N4. There's a bike on this list too. There's like a Harley Chopper situation. And then there's also a Mustang named Eleanor, in 1987 Grand National, and weirdly a 1936 Ford.
Well, I will say this. I'll say this: we have interesting taste.
Yes. And so you all feel like the other list of cars will be fairly easy to get and boost, but you're not sure the locations of the cars that I just listed off, and so they will need some. We'll have to do some investigating to see like where they're located, and then trying to break those out. There should be about a car per person. Yes.
I would like to use one of my skills, my abilities.
Yeah.
I want to use
Which one?
my troublemaker ability to
Okay.
locate and receive help from a criminal network.
Yes.
Hell
Phillips.
yeah.
I was also going to say, Mr. Malice could maybe use his police connections to source some of these plates as well.
Oh yeah, police steal cars all the time.
Absolutely.
But they at least have access to the DMV system. You know, they could figure out addresses, where they're registered at, things like that.
True.
I
That
can.
is
I
true.
have some contacts down at the DMV. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, how are we gonna get all these cars to the pier?
We'll have to drive them.
We'll have to drive them.
Mm.
Awesome. So let's see. So you use your criminal connections, and you are able to locate 4 of the cars. You're able to locate the 1996 Ford Taurus and the Honda Odyssey. You get addresses for them in a nearby suburb. And then you're also able to figure out the 1936 Ford is in a showroom. And the Harley chopper is in a Harley dealership not far from where the showroom of the 1936 Ford is. So you're able to grab the locations for 4 of those. And then, let's see. We've got Ed and Cam. You guys are able to use your police connections to figure out that the 67 Corvette, the BMW M4, the Ferrari 360 Spider, and the Aston Martin are all in the police impound lot.
I can handle that.
All right.
So they will be
I'll
neat
go
to
grab the
investigate.
bike.
Yeah, so how do people want to divide and conquer
Do 2
breaking
teams of
out
4.
this list? 2 teams of 4?
2 teams of 4 makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have a criminal past, maybe don't come with me.
That's a
No,
good
get over
point.
yourself.
I'm good.
Yeah, I've partnered up with ex-cons before, British Secret Service. I'm happy to partner up with anybody that's got a criminal past.
Well, I'm a hell of a driver, so
I'm a daredevil.
That doesn't.
I just like
No.
stealing things.
I want to go with good speed. We've already bumped into each other once. I plan to light lots of matches around him, make him think about things, think about chance.
You don't understand. I don't mind the matches. You just can't light them around the fuse.
Your fear of matches intrigues me.
Carry some aerosols with you too.
Good idea.
I'll go with them in case they need more fire.
Okay. So we've got Ed, Dr. Stanley, Ghost, and who else wants to go with them?
I don't know. I feel like HI fits in with that group.
All right, I'll go.
Something about it.
Plus,
Let's
I feel like that's a fun dynamic.
yeah.
That's
Okay, cool.
crazy, yeah.
Then we've got Cam, Ben, Spider Noir. No, Spider Noir. Are you going with the other group? Yes,
he's
to
going
light
with
match.
Yeah.
He wanted to go with good
I'm
speed.
good speed.
That's a good speed, right? Because that's what we need. We need good speed. It just works, okay? It just works.
Okay, and then we have Cam, Ben, and Big Daddy in the other group, so it's 3 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
That work? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Unless he wants to be
Anything
4 and
something
4.
different?
Whatever.
Who's going where?
That's what
What
we're doing.
is-
2 teams of 4.
We could do
I'm
2
going-
teams of 4. I was just writing down. I was trying to figure
Yeah.
out who was going with which group.
Police impound, raise your hand.
I guess I'll go. Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4.
cool.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Perfect. That's it.
Sweet. I'm gonna change beforehand. I'm gonna put on some tight blue jeans, some riding boots, leather jacket, leather gloves, riding
That's my
helmet.
shtick.
That's your shtick.
Yeah, do we have all? Well, I'm assuming we have all our gear here at the garage.
Yeah.
All your
with us?
gear here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my guns.
Mhm.
I'll work with what I've got.
True.
All right, so you do a quick wardrobe change then.
I have a Colt Woodsman.
Suit up sequence.
Nice. There's a change up sequence, which is good.
I like it.
Sweet. And we have half the group headed off to the police impound lot, and the other headed towards suburbia. The sun is going down, so Ghost, it will be dark out soon.
Excellent.
You can kind of
Excellent.
see the sun setting in the sky for about an hour or two before it is dark. We'll start with the police impound group. So Cam, Ben, Big Daddy, and Ed. You guys pull up. You were in this kind of like nondescript van. You park about a block away from the police impound lot, and you can see like chain link fences with barbed wire on the top, and someone in a guard stand behind, leaded glass.
Let me go talk to him real quick. I can handle this.
Seems right.
And he'll take some papers out of his glove compartment and walk up to the front to the guard station.
All right, you walk up. Go ahead.
Oh no, do I know him? Have I talked to him before?
You've never seen this man before, but he looks, you've been to a police impound lot before, and this man doesn't look much different than the other people you've interacted with in your life.
He's played by the same background extra.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll take out my badge. Officer Edward Mullis. I am in need of these 4 cars. We got to take them in to take them into headquarters. They have to get processed. Possibly these 4 vehicles were involved in a crime, possibly. So I'm gonna need those.
Make a hot check for persuasion.
So let me think here. Let me see. Okay, so and I'm actually gonna at the end of that sentence, just so I can use one of my skills. I'm gonna just say, and I need them now. I need them now because they might have gotten burned, and then we need to know. How did you get burned? How did you get burned? How did you get burned? And just yell at him. And so I can use brawl instead of hot to intimidate someone. So I'm just going to scream at him to try and just throw him off a little bit.
While he does that, can I sneak into the impound lot?
That is a 3.
Okay. He's intimidated by you. It was a DC 2 intimidation. And then backs up away from the window. Is like, okay, man. Whatever you need. Let me know if you need any help.
Appreciate it. I have some plainclothes officers that can come help me move the cars.
You got to see their badges too, though. Unfortunately.
You gotta see the
It's
badges.
just protocol, man. Just protocol.
Do you know what kind of investigation you're stopping?
I'll step up at this point and say, look, sir, we don't have much time for formalities. We have to get these cars and get going.
Can I sneak into the impound lot and start looking for the
Yeah.
Chevy?
I would also like to sneak in with you.
Okay, cool. You guys are gonna sneak into the impound lot, so both of you make sneak checks. Ben, make a hot check.
Is this to attempt to conceal the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna use my poker face skill and roll tough instead of hot, which does nothing for me except I want to upgrade my tough skill. And I blew up on that.
Yay!
And so that is a 4 on the D4, a 3 on the D6 for a total of 7.
Amazing.
My tough is up to D6.
Your poker face skill is enough. And the guy says, all right, I'll just mark it down who was here. And you see him start to scribble some notes. And as Cam and Big Daddy, you guys try to sneak in. What'd you both get for sneak checks?
I also blew
up twice.
Oh yes.
Holy shit.
Outstripping me every time.
I love it.
I got 14 total. Also sneak, which lowers the difficulty by 3.
For the burglar?
Okay.
Sneak action.
Oh,
I got a total of
Not being
10.
determined.
10 and 14, nice.
Okay. You guys you're in there. You snuck past, and you have started surveying the lot. Which cars were you guys looking for? I have the Ferrari, the Aston Martin, the Corvette, and the M4 at the impound lot.
I'm looking for the Corvette.
Aston Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for the Ferrari after we get past the guard.
Whatever's left. Okay. What was the last one? Sorry.
I think it was the BMW was the one that's left.
Oh, perfect. That's what he would want anyway. Yeah, great.
Beautiful. Great.
Love it.
Awesome. So you guys sneak past, and are very quick to identify the cars. None of them have keys in them.
Mm.
Yeah, that's okay. I can probably figure it
Uh,
out.
I'll go and head back to the guard shack and ask if they have any, if he's got the keys for these cars.
Okay. Are you rolling tough again to intimidate?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll roll another tough. Again! Whoa! Up to the D8. Holy cow! Again! Oh my god! Holy cow! This is about to be the biggest tough check. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a 6 on the D6, an 8 on the D8, and a 1 on the D10. For a total of 15. Oh my god!
Incredible.
Holy cow!
The guard is like shaking in his uniform now. You see just like quaking hands handing over like manila envelopes with keys, and then like, I'm so sorry, I didn't give these to you originally, officer. Like he fully thinks that you are also a plainclothes as he hands over these small envelopes.
I was not trying to be this scary, so I'm gonna try to be like, it's all right, man. Thanks for your help. And I'll take the keys and I'll get out of there.
Cool.
Oh my god,
you take the keys.
crazy.
And you guys can get in the cars.
Love it.
All right then.
Well, there goes all my luck for the session.
And we'll switch over at this point to Dr. Stanley, Ghost Rider, High, and Spider Noir. You guys find yourselves also in kind of an unmarked van, driving through a very suburban neighborhood. The streetlights have just come on. It's about dusk, and you guys see a Honda Odyssey and a 1996 Ford Taurus parked in driveways across from each other.
I'm going to thwip all the lights, all the street lights, to kind of make it a much darker neighborhood.
Okay, and Ghost, as Spider switches off the street lights, you notice that it is a lot darker than you were anticipating. It is not really dusk. Night has definitely fallen.
So you see, my body start to light on fire, or as the fire rolls up. Nothing happens to my clothes, but you see my face sort of just like. My face is gone and is instead replaced with a flaming skeleton.
Well, as soon as that finishes, I just walk over to him and I take a match out and light it via the fire on his head and just stare at Goodspeed.
This all seems rather dangerous.
Now, hold on a second. I was told there'd be minimal hellfire on this particular adventure. I do not have insurance for spontaneous combustion. Ooh. I think somebody froze for a second.
Yeah, I look over at Spider Noir after he lights the match and just like, you only get one.
I'll only need one.
It doesn't even mean anything.
right, so I'm gonna go get that Taurus. You guys can sit here and flame on.
Have you ever stolen a car before, Doctor?
I've commandeered one. It was a Ferrari. I drove it through the streets of San Francisco, chasing after a Humvee, in fact.
It's very specific, so it must be true. All right, let's sneak up. Come on.
Alright, well, so you park the van a few driveways away. Dr. Goodspeed, you hop out and see the Taurus in the driveway. There's clearly some kind of like party happening in the back. There's a barbecue. You can smell like burgers on the grill. There's loud music coming from the house. The lights are on. But the Taurus is in the driveway.
Love it.
Goodspeed, you get the car. I'll distract the birthday party.
Poor birthday.
I'm gonna walk around back to the birthday party and be like, did someone call for a Spider-Man at a birthday?
Please tell me it's adults.
A 95-year-old man's birthday party.
Hey,
It is like a teenagers plus birthday party situation. And so they kind of look like give you like a weird look. Like, no, we didn't ask for a Spider-Man.
Well, you got one.
I'm just
What do
gonna
you
walk.
wanna-
I'm gonna walk over to him. It's like I'm going to walk over to him.
They see your
you're on fire.
they see your flaming like head situation, and everyone at the birthday party screams and makes a run for it. They're like flying out of this backyard, like hopping the fence. It has become like mass chaos in this neighborhood because you showed up.
Well, I guess that's a distraction.
Love it. In the chaos, I'm gonna run across the street to get the other car while Dr.
Get the other
Goodspeed gets the Taurus.
Okay.
Hoping we could get the keys before everybody
no.
ran off.
I'm gonna hotwire. I know
Make
how to hotwire.
a tech check. See if you can hotwire the car. Well, it's a
And it
DC.
goes on the face. That makes me laugh so hard.
Mhm.
Is there cake at the birthday party?
There is cake at the birthday party. Are you gonna steal a
What?
slice?
9.
9. Okay. Awesome. You hotwire the car. You hear the glorious engine of a Honda Odyssey minivan roar to life. And as you sit in the front, you feel like all your soccer mom dreams coming through. It's comfy. There's a big cup holder. You're like, yes.
Ed has been bugging me to get a new family vehicle.
I want that family vehicle, huh?
Is the Taurus locked?
The Taurus is locked.
No.
Okay.
I asked if you'd ever stolen a car, he
Aw.
says, leaning out the window. Hey, how's the commandeering going? Is the commandeering going well?
Well, unfortunately, our partners here decided to scare everyone off before I could commandeer it.
Oh, God, they've heard of Spider-Man, but they haven't heard of Ghost Rider. They're teenagers. They haven't had their emo phase yet.
I guess he's not as a popular character in Fortnite.
God damn it.
Technically, this happened before Ghost Rider came out, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ghost Rider was 2007, I think,
Well,
mid
the
2000s.
movie was, but
Yeah.
what the comic have
true.
been.
The teenage girls almost certainly would not know about Ghost Rider.
They would not be reading 1971.
That's true. That's
No,
true.
they'd be expecting a man with a literal flaming skull to show up at their birthday party. So
Right.
Birthday party. Yeah.
I is sitting in the minivan, just come on, let's go, let's go. What are you doing?
All right.
I think the distraction went well, and we'll walk over to see how Goodspeed's doing.
Was there
Surely
Goodspeed-
he's got the car by now.
was there any
Oh,
indication
Standing
that
outside the locked cars, just kind of staring at it.
do the cars need to be in good condition, or do they just need to be there?
It should be there.
All right. I take a
Smash
quarter
the
out of my
window in.
pocket, and I take my
Okay.
gun, my pistol out, I smash the quarter with the butt of the pistol to make a sharp edge. Use that to cut a hole in the glass.
Oh my god.
Of the mirror. I learned this trick from a British national, and I smash the window in with my elbow.
National.
Oh,
That's brilliant. I want to make you roll for that, but I feel like that was too good a description that I think it's just successful. And so the perfect. You knock the window in for the car and are able to reach in and unlock the door. It still has no keys though.
Yeah, we'll attempt to hotwire it this time.
I need you to make a tech check, DC 3.
Red to white.
Sorry.
I blew up, so.
Yay! This is the red.
I'm sorry, I just noticed Michael's face, and I can't handle it.
Yeah, with the.
Something wrong with my face?
So that's a total of a 7.
Amazing. So with the help of High yelling out the Honda Odyssey window how to hotwire the car, you are able to successfully get it started.
All right. Once I've got it started, I pull out a cassette tape of Rubber Soul and pop it in. Real Bill Maniac, guys.
I hope Nicolas Cage sees this game.
I really
I'm
do.
Sure. He's a big fan of the channel.
Somebody send it to him.
Okay, great. So you've got the 1996 Ford Taurus, you've got the Honda Odyssey, and then we've got Spider and Ghost back in the nondescript van that you guys used to get here. And the three cars are making their way at a respectable speed out of this suburban neighborhood. And as you hit the main road, you see the dealership with the Harley displayed proudly in the window behind glass. And you also see the 1936 Ford. Clearly, this is some type of like collector's museum situation where they have, unique vehicles. And both are displayed in the window of this pretty busy main road through town.
I jump out of the van and then I pull out my chain whip just to break the window to get the Harley.
Okay. So you chain whip Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'd like to think I was the passenger in the van, so it's just still going. Then he jumped out the driver's side, and I'm just
looking around.
Yeah, and I'll kind of switch into the driver's seat and take, put the brake on and casually get out and go over to him.
Make a drive check to jump from the passenger seat to the driver's seat and maintain control of the car.
Ooh, I like that. That's a 3, but I'm going to use my turbo token because I'm really jealous of everyone blowing up. And
Blow up.
Hey, sometimes explosions can be forced. It's cool.
True.
And I'll roll a 1 on my next dice, so the total is 5.
5, amazing. So you're able to jump over, and with not the best skill you've ever used, but you're able to maintain control of the car and get it into a slowed down parked position. Ghost, as you break the window, alarms are going off loudly in this display room.
Okay, what are they gonna tell the cops? A flaming skeleton man stole the bike?
That's a fair point.
That's gonna put that. They're gonna. I think a couple of the guards are gonna check their meds after this. I just hop onto the bike, and as I rev the handle, you see flames shoot out the muffler as the bike begins to transform to match the flaming skull aesthetic.
Right. You guys have never seen this happen before. You thought he was just going to hop on a fairly normal but cool Harley and drive out of there, but you see the bike evolve with him. And it matches the character perfectly as he, drives out of the storefront window and onto the road.
Good luck proving that
kinda
was
ride.
ever the type
As
of bike
he
that was
speeds
stolen.
past me, I'll be walking towards the showroom to get into the Ford.
Okay, cool. You get into the Ford. It's surprisingly easy, given it was built in 1936, to figure out how to turn it on and get it running. It is not fast, but it looks cool, and you're able to drive out the broken glass where the Harley exited. So you guys are all on the road now in a very low speed drive headed towards the pier. I need, let's see, all of you to make sneak checks for driving and not attracting the presence of the police.
Okay.
So this is back to everyone.
Hey,
All
I blew
right.
up.
Did somebody make a change to their Discord name? Because Sean and Keith have switched places.
What?
What?
Oh no!
Hold on.
I did
Why would
not.
that change?
No.
Nope,
Why
Why
nothing
is
happened.
mine changed? Hold on, I'll fix it. Boom.
That did it. Thank you.
That was weird.
Weird.
That was weird.
Way
Amazing.
scooted over to
Did
the
you do-
left. I don't know.
That's
That was
so
very
strange.
strange. That's
You
very
didn't
weird.
change the beginning of your name.
No,
Okay.
that's stupid. I got a
Sorry.
7 overall. No, you're fine.
I got an 8.
Cool.
I got a 3, and I do have stealthy, so it lowers sneak check DCs by 3.
Okay.
I got a 3. I expended turbo token to blow up. And I rolled a 5 on the D6, which makes it a 9 total.
Nice. Okay, cool. So everyone is doing a fairly good job. No one rolled like below a 2.
Mhm.
I rolled.
Okay, great.
I blew it.
I blew up as well.
Same.
Everyone is driving along the road at a very respectable pace right now. Despite this being like a very antique car that a kind of character man is driving, and people looking kind of see him glitching in and out at the frame rate, the slower frame rate, as he's driving down the road in this 1936 Ford. Yeah, what's up?
I just want to ask a mechanics question. Do we
Yes.
gain a turbo token every time we fail any check?
Yes.
Yes, anytime you fail any check.
Yeah. So when I
Most
failed
checks
the
successful so far.
yeah,
You failed the very first one.
I failed the
yes.
very first one, and I got a turbo token for that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I failed my first intimidation check as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
With what's his face? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, with Atlee. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that. Sorry. Cool. All right. So everyone is driving down the road, and despite the 1936 Ford being like a antique, flashy car that people are stopping to look at, no one thinks twice as you kind of peter down the highway at like 15 miles an hour. How is everybody driving? Are we like, taking the cars through the paces? Are people trying to drive safely? What are we thinking?
Am not. I am definitely doing the daredevil showboaty type of driving.
Are you like tearing up the road behind you type of driving? Like leaving tires like dugouts in the
Love it.
Yeah. Love it.
I think
Awesome.
I'm proper test driving.
You're leaving flaming duck.
Since I'm not
Doing
chasing
a-
an elderly Scottish man in a stolen Humvee, that I'm just driving pretty normally.
Same.
Driving it great.
I've
yeah.
got
I was gonna say the
the
same thing. Unless I've got a buddy of mine who needs his insulin in the car, no reason to catch a traffic stop. I gotta get
I'm definitely
home to
going-
see my daughter.
I'm going over the speed limit, but not by too much. Got one hand on the wheel, got the convertible top open, arm over the edge of the thing, enjoying the wind blowing through my hair.
Blowing through your hair.
7 to 8 over. Nothing they would pull you for.
Yeah, exactly.
I would
Love it.
probably do the same.
Very
myself.
respectful, yeah.
A little-
I
little
gotta
quicker.
gotta enjoy the car somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Absolutely.
not catching the attention of the authorities.
Nice. You guys all merge onto the highway and realize that you're back together again as the road opens up. You're on a huge bridge headed out towards the pier where you need to deliver the cars to. You see the Evergreen shipping container, the container ship in the harbor, waiting for the cars. and you guys are all on this large highway. Unfortunately, you see everyone's enjoying their cars, driving, moderately respectably, and then a flaming motorcycle scoots in between all of you, which is weaving in and out of the traffic, like up on the railing in the median. It has clearly attracted the attention of the police as you all start to hear sirens in the background. And they're clearly trying to chase the Ghost Rider. So Ghost, I need you to make a drive check
Okay.
to evade the cops. You got to roll above a 3.
All right. Well, the good news is I have 2 skills that help me with this. I have Mastery and Drive, which is a -5 DC to all drive checks, and then I have Transport, which is a -3 DC to drive to avoid pursuers.
So he, without rolling, he gets succeeds by 5 over.
Yeah, and I rolled a 1, so.
Oh.
Amazing. Okay, so as long as you didn't roll a negative, you are so far evading the cops. We are right about at an hour, so we can take a quick break here if people want to, and then we'll come back for a bit of a car chase, if that sounds good.
That sounds
Bit of a
great.
car chase. Sounds lovely.
Sounds lovely. Just a little bit. So everyone go refresh your beverages, have a pee, get a snack. We'll be back in 10.
Yay.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Never Stop Blowing Up Nickception. We left off, everyone is on the highway driving their stolen cars, but our Ghost Rider has attracted the attention of the police, as he should.
Damn it, Johnny.
And is driving to
I mean, he's
evade
on fire.
them. He is on fire, and he is driving recklessly.
Wait.
No chill.
Chill.
Nope.
The least
I just want to make
chill.
sure to drive up by the side of good speed and check in on him because I know he's afraid of fire. So I'll just kind of pull up and be like, you
Like,
okay,
crack your
good
windows
speed.
Fine.
A lot of fire. I know that's not your thing.
That's not you. You keep missing the point. It's not that. Just drive.
As
When
long
the
as there's no
camera-
wood around.
When the camera pans over Benjamin Franklin Gates, you've noticed that he has changed into a tuxedo somehow in the
No.
scene change. He's now in a tuxedo.
Why not?
It was in the glove box.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was underneath his clothes, and he like stripped away his jacket, and he's got a tuxedo
Yeah.
underneath.
Got like an onion wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Love it.
or an ogre wardrobe.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because ogres are like onions.
Yeah,
Yep.
got layers,
Yeah,
as everybody knows. Yeah.
Love it.
Mhm. Incredible. Everyone is on the same patch of highway now. You all look over and you see yourselves reflected in different stages of your life, driving various different cars across the highway. Ghost, I'm going to need you to make another drive check to see if you can evade the police one more time. There are more cars now. You see it was started out as one police car. There's now like 3 or 4 coming around.
I have a game question, mechanic question. So we have the La Familia group ability. What
Yeah.
does this lend a teammate a skill die? Contextualize that for me, if you can.
So say someone needed to make a drive check here, and someone else had a D20 or a D10 in drive, but this person only had a D4, you could lend them your skill die for that
Okay.
one check.
Okay, thank you very much. I just needed a little
Nice.
bit of clarification. Cool, thank you.
No, that makes sense. All right,
Do
Ghost
they,
Rider.
do they have to accept?
All right.
Or could I lend someone with a D20 my D4?
I think they
I mean, you
have to
could.
accept-
You probably shouldn't, but you
I
could.
think you could do that, especially if it made sense narratively for like the person to want to fail the check. I think
That's
you
true.
could totally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
As long as it was
Yeah.
to the benefit of
but-
the group, hence La
of the story.
Familia.
Amelia.
This was good
Yep.
for
Yeah.
the family, no?
Yeah.
Yep,
Just
yep,
good
yep,
to know.
yep.
Good to know.
I was gonna suggest we let him get one of those for comedic reasons, once per episode, just for comedic reasons.
Mulligan.
Yeah.
Mulligan.
I like it.
But, yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
I like it. All right, Ghost Rider, make another drive check as there's now like
Alright.
everyone notices there's like 4 or 5 cop cars behind you trying to
Oh,
get
gosh.
through.
All right.
How can we nonchalantly drive and impede them?
I've been
Oh,
thinking
maybe-
about this.
Make
Um,
a drive check to try and nonchalantly like be driving but also boxing out the cars trying to go after Ghost Rider.
So true.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
Because we're in the second half of the
Man, I
game,
fucking blew up.
I got a 3, so I'm gonna spend a turbo token to blow it up as well.
Blow up.
I'm doing the same. Spinning one turbo token to blow up a 3 into a 4.
So that's a 6. I didn't both do terribly high, but hey, I got a new D.
Amazing. You look in your rearview mirror and you feel the urge to oh, thank you. Sorry, I had a water delivered to me.
Hydrate.
It would have been even weirder if it was a rearview mirror.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Great. You look in the rearview mirror and you feel yourselves together. Just like the need to say that as you're driving the minivan, and so you look and see the cop cars in the back, and you like just slowly start pulling over, like boxing them out of the lanes as they're trying to like pull up the shoulder, to get around you. You are also pulling the minivan over. Let's see, Ben Gates, you also made a drive check, and so did
I rolled an
Cam.
8.
An 8. And Cameron, you blew up. So what did you get as your total?
A 6 also.
6 also. Okay, cool.
Mine was a blow up.
Yours was a blow up into an 8. Okay, so you guys also are like boxing out the police cars. Do you want to use any of the inventory you have to because you spent your turbo token to blow up? Do you want to like shoot out tires or?
I was gonna
like
say we could aim for some tires.
It's real hard not to.
I do have a
It's
Colt
okay.
Woodsman assassin model on me, so why not?
There you go.
I think I'm trying to pretend like I don't know what I need to do and am accidentally getting in their way, but I'm intentionally doing it actually.
Intentionally getting in the way. I like it. I like it.
There doesn't happen to be a pack of Huggies in the back seat, does there?
Not
Oh,
yet.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna like open. I'm gonna reach back and grab that, and I'm wondering if I can cut it and throw it out the window to splatter the windshield with diapers.
I like it.
Absolutely. Make a stunts check to do that.
Stunts.
I love that.
I rolled a 3. I'm gonna use my turbo token to blow it up. Blew that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This system's great. All right, what do we got? 10, 13 total.
What did he roll
Amazing.
on the D8?
2.
Ah, okay.
That's fair. You sliced open the pack of Huggies and start throwing the diapers out the window. And they are, splatting against. They're empty diapers, but they're still kind of like hitting the windshield.
They're clingy. They're clingy.
They're like clingy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting stuck. And you see one cop car pull off, like flies off the bridge, careening over the edge. Diapers all over. Yes. What's up, Spider Noir?
I want to try to save that cop. I don't want them to die for this, so
That's
I'm gonna.
fine. I don't really either.
I'm gonna like climb out of my car while it's driving because it's very slow, and
Okay.
get on top, like with my like spider attachment, and try to save the cop car from careening, and just pull it back onto the bridge and keep going.
Okay, great. Make a stunts check to do that.
Yeah.
You like shoot a web to the car to land in.
That's a 1. I'm gonna spend. How many turbo tokens can you spend at once?
Wait, on a
I think
stunt?
as many as you want.
I'm gonna lend him my D8.
Oh, hey-o.
Heyo.
Nice. Off Amelia.
Yeah, that's why we took it.
So that's a 4.
4. All right. So you are able to stand up on the top of your car. It's not the best, but you're balancing, and you haven't pulled the cop car back up onto the highway, but you have at least stopped it from falling over the bridge. So you're driving about 15 miles an hour, going straight in the 1936 Ford, hanging out the window, and also dragging along a cop car, kind of floating on this bridge.
I have a logistics question. Now that Spider Noir is driving the car, is the car also animated?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
If there are more in pursuit, I would like to try to take their tires out with my Colt Woodsman that I took.
Amazing. Make a weapons check.
Weapons check.
Who did I take it off of? One of the guards or one of the cartel? I don't remember.
It was one of the cartel.
Yeah.
It was one of the cartel.
Yeah.
He speaks in nothing but one-liners that whole movie.
That's true.
Literally,
Well,
like
yeah,
I actually was so I was
like in the
impressed. I was like,
box.
wow, they literally that is 100% one-liners. He doesn't
Yes.
say anything substantive at all.
Sure.
At all.
Nope.
Okay, John Malkovich has got great dialogue.
He's
Yep.
amazing. He's so good in that movie. That is another 3, so I'm going to spend my last turbo token and blow it up.
Blow it up. Awesome.
Which means I got a 1 on the, so it's a 5 total.
5 total. You take out the 2 front tires on the cop car behind you, and it spins out into oncoming traffic on the other side. So were 5 cop cars in pursuit. There are now 4.5 in pursuit. 1 spun out. The other one still in pursuit, being held in place.
So
by
it's not so much pursuing us;
webs.
it's just in tow.
All right.
Once I feel like it's safe, I will detach my thwipness.
What?
Okay.
Here's something for everybody's head canon. Imagine the music that would be playing in each of their movies during this scene.
Oh my god, well, wait, that's a great question.
Oh god.
Is it not all the same music?
No, I don't. Like, mine has definitely got banjo.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like,
I would actually really the song, the piece specifically for it. I'd be so interested to hear that.
Sean,
No.
that's your summer project.
No, I'm having a panic attack just thinking about it.
Love it.
And it's
It's
each time
Lowrider in the movie.
Or it's all just to low ride.
Each time it pans to a different one, it's shot as though it's the same like director for each film. So there's just every time you
The
look in,
color
there's just
changes, the angles are different.
motions going on in the background unnecessarily.
There was a lot of slow motion in Con Air. Like there was a lot of like.
we really gotta get that hair flowing in the wind.
I was gonna bring the fan up, but with the headphones and everything, you just really wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah.
It's okay. So, we appreciate the commitment to the bit. We see the flow.
Good.
The flow is there in spirit.
Flow is there in spirit.
So
not Spirit Airlines.
The remaining cop cars. Dr. Goodspeed's going to pull out his 1996 era cell phone.
Nice.
No, it's
a car phone.
Got a little flip thing that for the mic, flips it down, and calls the cops, and he's like, "This is Special Agent Stanley Goodspeed, and we're in the middle of a high stakes investigation. You need to call off your dogs."
Make a hot check to convince them.
All right, I'm gonna use my by the book ability to lower the DC by 3.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
1 hot check.
I'm gonna spend a turbo token and blow that up.
Oh, yes, there it is.
And that's a 6, so that blows up.
Hey.
Wah. Okay, so then there's a 5, so that's 15 total.
15 total. Amazing. So your very authoritative voice over the phone intimidates the people, and you see after a few minutes, clearly the cops are getting calls to leave you guys alone and to abandon the chase as they return to kind of normal speed. Some of them hit U-turns through the median and turn around, and you guys are free and clear, headed toward the pier.
As they turn
arriving,
around, can I snatch one of those Huggies and write Larkin's name on it? Toss it.
Yes.
Jesus.
That's how they keep in touch. It's like a weird fucked up pen pal situation. They just like random trash.
I'm just glad we didn't take out any random cardboard boxes or innocent fruit stands.
Jesus.
I think actually at this point in the 90s, fruit stands were technically on the endangered species list, and they weren't allowed to hit them with cars anymore.
Too many cars.
Yeah, there's too many. Too many. The Blues Brothers alone.
That's awesome. You guys are free and clear, headed into the pier. And as you pull up, you see the other cars on the list gathered by your crew, people that you have
more Nicolas Cages.
Worked together to get all of the various Nicolas Cages that were also at the Cages convention, and also various friends of Memphis Reigns who are here looking around at you guys thinking you all look like their friend, and yet none of you really are him.
As Edward gets out of the car and sees everyone, he just says, "Huh, must be ladies' night." Sorry, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut from Wicker Man.
It is a deep cut.
Oh boy, Sean.
Someone did his homework.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the deep cut. That's great. And Raymond Calitri walks out, and you see him totaling up the cars, and he turns around to look at you guys. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. There's 2 hours to your deadline. And he looks at you all, and he goes, "There's 49 cars here. I need 50 by 8 a.m. Where is Eleanor?" Eleanor is the Mustang GT 500 that is the white whale of Memphis Reigns. It is his unicorn, as he calls it, in the movie. And so Raymond Calitri looks at you all. He's like, "You've got 2 hours to get Eleanor here, or I kill the rest of the Reigns family."
Edward's gonna take out his phone and turn it on and call Pete, his friend on the force. Pete, Pete, I need your help, Pete. I need your help. I need you to save us. Do you know where Eleanor is? Sorry, it's a car.
Make a wits check for Pete, as he does research on the other end of the phone to see if he can find it for you. Also DC 4 wits check.
That blows up.
Oh
yes.
Hold on.
Convenient.
And that blows up. Okay, so that is a 12 in all.
Amazing. Pete, on the other end of the phone, is able to look through the database of cars really quickly and identifies Eleanor, the Mustang GT500, in a parking lot about half an hour from where you guys are now.
We got to get a move on, guys.
All right. I assume Agent Larkin's gonna come flying in here at the last minute for some reason, also. So.
To be fair, he was right the whole time. It was the other idiots who were slowing him down.
It's true.
That's true. So, well, what's the best play here? So, I mean, we can fit a lot of people in the minivan. I'm just saying, there's amazing amount of room in there. It's very impressive.
That's fine.
Makes sense to pile in.
I'll to ride.
We pile into the
Everyone in the minivan?
mean, I'm guessing Flame On over here is you're gonna do your own thing. Oh no, the sun's about to come up. Is that when is it gonna turn off?
The sun is about to come up.
Your skin is solar powered.
He just steps off the bike and just like walks over and just sits in the minivan.
I'll ride on top of the minivan.
He did shotgun. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, we're all piling into the minivan. Did I miss that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Got a third row.
Perfect. Good.
And CD. Take
and
CD.
Perfect.
CDs. They don't sound as good as vinyl.
Edward carries a gym bag into the van.
Okay.
I imagine we got like
lumpy.
high-end driver's seat. I imagine Ghost Riders and shotgun, and then we got everybody else. It was probably on the roof.
Goes in the back.
Yeah.
Somebody on the internet put that image together. I want all of these characters riding in a minivan.
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself.
The question is,
I'll be the one who does it.
Yes.
Who was in the middle seat in the back? Who's there?
Yeah, who's riding in the middle in each
Who's
seat?
in the middle back?
Back. Edward's in the back, and he starts taking his jacket off.
All right,
Love
Big
it.
Daddy, you're in the middle row.
Yeah.
All right, let's go
Just like with
get.
my armor on, just like Squished together everybody else.
Let's go get Eleanor.
Let's do it.
And you guys, you tried to floor it out of there, but this is a fully loaded minivan, and so it is the 0 to 60 is nothing impressive.
I don't want it for the speed. I want it for the economic and safety features.
Gone in 60 minutes.
That's what you do when you got a baby to take care of.
And you guys are out and back on the road driving normal speed. It takes you about half an hour, and sitting in a fairly abandoned parking lot, you see the gray Mustang. It's like a silvery, perfectly clean, very shiny Mustang GT Eleanor. There is one other car in this parking lot kind of idling in the back as you guys pull up.
That's suspicious.
Little bit.
I would like to sneak around and go see who's in that car.
Yeah, I'll find a place to pull that's gonna try to be a little more obscure to let folks pile out.
All right, both of you guys make sneak checks.
I'll be coming around with you.
And that blows up.
Yeah.
Nice.
10.
That was too loud.
You know what? I'm at an 8. I'm gonna spend my only 2 turbo tokens right towards the end to go ahead and blow that up to a 12.
Dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That was a total of 12.
24 for me.
Holy cow.
Sweet. You find a large grouping of trees that you kind of park the minivan behind as Big Daddy jumps out and sneaks around trying to look and see who's in the car. Big Daddy, make a wits check. You've seen this person before, again, in this weird shared memories that we've all got going on, but you're not exactly sure.
It better not be John Travolta. I swear to God.
That would be so bad.
4. Very cool. You know that this is Detective Roland. You've seen him before. You get this idea that you guys are mortal enemies, that he's been trying to hunt you down and catch a version of you stealing this car for years and years.
I have a knife. I want to try to poke his tires, his back tires, as stealthy as possible.
Well,
that way, if we do need, go ahead.
I was gonna say make a sneak check to do that, and then it'll be a weapons check to get your knife in there.
All right, I do have stealthy, so I reduce it by 3.
Okay, so it's a DC 1 stealth check.
Oh boy.
All right, so I got a 4.
4.
Nice.
Okay, since we're already hidden, and then make a weapons check. This is a DC 4 weapons check.
Okay.
Slash the tires.
And I have master and weapons, so I reduce it by 5.
Nice. See if it blows up.
Oh, that's a 4. It blows up.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah. Wait, I have a sound.
That's a 6. That also blows up.
Again.
Nice. Another blow up.
Yep. And a 4. So 14 total.
14 total. All right, you slash his back tires. Do you just want to do the back 2, or you want to do them all?
If I could do them all with still being stealthy, yeah.
Okay. You slash all 4 of Detective Roland's tires. He has no idea that this has happened. You are perfectly sneaky. To sneak back away, I do need one last final sneak check.
This is where I fail.
What's your sneak die at?
It's 12.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're
I was gonna help, but you're better than me.
I'm Batman, guys. Come on. 7.
7. All right, you are able to sneak away. This was a DC 6 sneak check.
Nice.
I do get 3 reduced, so it's actually only 3 for me.
Okay, so it's perfect. So you sneak back away, back to where you find where the minivan is parked, and everyone is still in the minivan, having not gotten out yet.
I'll let everybody know his tires are slashed, so if we can drive out here quickly if we need to.
Perfect.
He'll be able to call the authorities pretty fast, but at least he won't be on our tail.
Who's gonna commandeer Eleanor?
You just got the best drive right now.
I can distract him, and you turn around, and Edward is in a bear costume. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. I'm here to help.
My drive is still at a D4, but I do have mastery, so automatically I have a minus 5 DC to drive checks.
It's got to be you.
I feel like it has to be you, yeah.
I'm probably gonna sneak off to pick Casey some flowers or something.
Let me see if I can scare him away.
Okay. All right, you can try and scare him away. It'll be you can walk up to the cops in the car and either make a tough or a hot check in your bear costume, whichever you feel fits better.
That bear costume has got to be roasting inside. You got to make a hot check.
That's fine. So I'm just gonna like kind of lumber over like a bear and just kind of make some roaring noises. They don't need to. They don't. They don't necessarily notice that I'm also carrying an axe, but that's okay. I'll just roar, and I'm gonna use my ability. Is this intimidating them?
This is intimidating them.
Sweet. So I'm using my brawl instead. So let's see here. Now this is the end. I'm gonna use a turbo token and blow up.
Beautiful.
So there's one. That blows up too, yay! Okay, so that's 10. 11. So 11 in all to intimidate.
Okay.
So there's a bear running towards them with an axe in its hand.
There's a man in a bear suit running towards them with an axe in his hand. They're afraid. They try to start the car and drive away, but the tires have been slashed, so they cannot drive away. You see the driver's side door fly open as Detective Roland jumps out of the car and starts booking it towards the other side of the parking lot, as far away from you as he can go. Are you going to pursue?
Of course I am. I'm gonna try and buy them as much time as I possibly can. I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay, make another brawl intimidation check.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm gonna try and sneak in a bitches, you bitches, in there in my roars. Let's see here. Where's my character sheet? I don't even know where it is. Okay, that's now.
An axe-wielding bear calling us bitches? I'd be running too. Damn.
That is a. Hold on. What is that? That's a 5.
Okay. So it's not. They're initially. They're like.
Did that have 5 on a D6 by chance?
That was a D8.
Ah, rip.
Okay. Yeah.
They turn around and slow down a little bit. And like, did that bear just call us bitches? But they're still moving away. Slower now. But still going backwards. One of them pull their gun. And they're going to make a weapons check to try and shoot at you, the bear.
Okay.
That is, they got a 4 on their weapons check. So let's read these injuries. We haven't done that yet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you will make a tough check. If you fail the tough check by 5 or more, you'll take an injury level. This is a DC 4 tough check.
DC 4. Okay. Could I? So I have resilient, which is turbo tokens are worth double when used to boost against an attack that targets you. So could I use my last turbo token to I guess blow that up?
It would be adding 2 to your roll. So spending a turbo token doesn't automatically blow the dice up.
So can I? Okay, that makes sense.
It adds 1 to your roll, so that's why it's often used when you're 1 away, so that you
can got it. So let me roll and see if I need that. Okay, let me see. You know what? No, I'm gonna gain 2 turbo tokens because I failed that.
Okay, you will take a superficial injury.
Okay.
And as you know, you see yourself bleeding a little bit through the bear suit. Ghost, as you're trying to use this as a distraction to make your way over to Eleanor, will you give me a sneak check? We'll call it DC 5.
Absolutely, and my sneak is a D6, so we can probably do that. 5 exactly.
Perfect. Okay, cool. You make it over in the chaos. Eleanor is locked. Will you make a tech check to break in?
Yeah, let's go ahead. It blows up. Okay, so that's a 4. All right, we're at a D6. We're at a D6. 3, so 7.
Perfect. You get in, Eleanor. The engine roars to life. It sounds a lot different than the Harley you were just in.
That tracks.
It's still beautiful, all the same. Ed, are you still pursuing the cops?
After I'm shot, I'm gonna start running away, just away from them.
I was gonna say
a
as
little bit.
soon as
and when I'm shot, I say, "God damn it!"
As soon as you started bleeding, my protector instincts went off, and I started running after the cops.
Okay, you started running after the cops. Great. You guys switch out, and it's now Cam in pursuit of the cops. What are you doing?
I'm just making sure they keep running, I guess, because as long as if they're shooting more, then I'm gonna try to stop them. But if they're if they're running away, then that's right. That's what I thought. Get out of here. I just want to make sure that my brother doesn't get shot anymore.
Okay, they see you pursuing as well, and one turns and points his gun at you. It's going to be a DC 4 tough check to avoid the bullet.
Okay.
Cameron Poe does have a history of getting shot and just keep going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I love it.
And so I have protector. I was looking at grit as well, but it has to be resisting a brawl check, which makes his tough go lowering the DC of a tough check by 3 when resisting brawl. However, he also has protector, which lowers the DC of any check by 3 when defending your friends.
Okay, you are definitely defending your friend.
And I'm sorry, which it's a tough check, right? Is what you said?
It's a tough check, yeah. So this goes from a DC 4 to a DC 1.
Sweet.
Lowers it by 3.
That's good, because I got a 2.
Okay. You avoid taking any injury, and you hear Ghost Rider start to pull out of the parking lot. Ghost, give me a drive check to pull out of here.
All right.
That's a DC 4 drive check.
DC 4 drive check. I already make it a -1 DC drive check. And it's a 1 on the D4, so I think I beat it.
I think you beat that. And you peel out of the parking lot. How are you driving this car?
This isn't the motorcycle, so I'm going to be a bit more careful with it. I am definitely going to be speeding, since time is of the essence, but I'm not going to be being completely reckless.
Theoretically, we should have an hour and a half to take it back. An hour and 15, maybe. So
we got time to stop at the Tasty Freeze.
You got time to stop at the Tasty Freeze.
I could go for a double dip. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll jump off the van as Ghost Rider takes off and land on Eleanor, and kind of face behind the way the car is going, in case anything starts to pursue us. And start.
Good call. Good call.
You're just standing on the top of the car,
leaning backwards.
I'll help.
Ryder, you see. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna help. What's his name into the car? Sean, what's your character's name?
Ed back into the car. Bear man.
What now?
I'm gonna help the bear back into the van.
Edward.
You help the bear back into the van. Spider, as you jump onto Eleanor and look back at the parking lot, you do see the police on cell phones. And so you imagine that even though their tires were slashed by Big Daddy, that there will be other cops in hot pursuit. And it does not take long until you start to hear the sirens. And you see the Honda Odyssey, a good distance behind, tailing you. And in between you guys are 3 cop cars.
Son of a bitch.
I don't suppose there's a crane nearby that I could crash into our path.
Not yet.
No, the crane district is further back.
The crane district.
I was gonna
is
look for one at the
wild.
pier, and as soon as it's 8:01 and we have our brother back, I was gonna drop a crane on one of those cars. Fuck
They're
you.
like telephone poles or light post type things as we're driving on this like highway. Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to like whip the like trunks of the cop cars and attach them to poles that will kind of like stop them and pull them
Stop them
backward.
from driving. Amazing. Make a stunts
weapon.
check. Yeah. We'll call this like a DC 6 stunts check.
Rolling my
Instant
D4
whiplash.
here.
Good blow up.
4 and explode!
Yay!
My first like natural explosion of the game, so that goes to
God.
6.
That's what she said.
You love a natural explosion, don't you?
I
That
can't
is
start
a
my day till I have a natural explosion.
7 total.
A 7 total.
Yeah.
Perfect. You attach two trunks of 2 of the cop cars to light posts on either side of the highway, and you see them kind of like stop as they can't pursue anymore. But one continues on in hot pursuit. I need Ghost to make a drive check. We'll call this a DC 7 drive check.
Okay, so that lowers it to 2 with mastery. Am I avoiding pursuers in this, or would that?
Yes, we're avoiding pursuers.
Then that's an additional -3 through transport, so that's another -1. Let's
If you
see.
blow up-
At this point, that's a 3. I haven't blown up in a bit, so I'm gonna spend the turbo token to blow up the die to a
Yeah, might as
D6.
well.
Perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
totally not out
Do
of
it.
turbo tokens. I'm out of turbo tokens.
I got
So
one
much.
left. Yeah.
That's a 6.
A 6. Okay, cool. You drive to avoid the very last cop car. The Honda Odyssey is behind it, as going as fast as it can, full of the other cages. You hear some sirens up ahead and realize that there's been an accident that spans all 8 lanes of this massive American highway.
God.
Of course there is.
And that traffic is absolutely at a standstill on either side of the road.
All right, Spidey, I think you gotta pick this car up and swing it
Yeah.
Keep start
to
running.
the pier.
Let's do it.
Either that, or is there anything nearby that we could turn into a makeshift ramp?
That's what I was gonna do. I was like,
Just
I'm
jump
instantly
the
looking-
accident.
Yeah, is there like a way I can? He goes to pass the show.
Like a tow truck with the
Is there
thing down, you just jump over.
Yeah, like
Yes.
is there anything that happens to be placed in the general vicinity that would help us get some altitude?
Or if the
Right.
cops like deployed a helicopter and we could attack the helicopter
Yeah.
and ride it over.
Swing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
All right,
have
you-
experience commandeering control of cockpits, so
That's true.
I'll
Been
just
waiting for
climb
an
up
excuse
your
to say
web.
cockpit all game.
And Ghost Rider's got experience with helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that is
Usually-
true. That is
Usually on
true.
the other side of them, but yeah, you do.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Cameron, you look out the window of the car, kind of surveying the scene around you, and you do realize that the cops sent in some kind of backup for this chase. And you look out the
Yeah,
window
they
and
did.
you see that it's actually an inmate plane, like they would use to
It's a
transport
transport
inmates
vehicle.
between facilities. And you see it kind of gray blue in the sky.
Jesus.
It is pulling up over top of the bridge. Spider, you also see this.
All right, whip us a ladder up
Being on
there. We're
top.
gonna climb up and find out what's going on. If Larkin's driving, we're good. If not,
Whip up the ladder.
whip
Okay,
us,
so-
whip us a ladder.
Whip
Are
us
you
a
in the
ladder.
van?
Yes.
Cameron's in the van, but we're all in a standstill traffic, so Cameron can get out of the van.
Yep.
Yeah, we stopped.
So yeah, I will double thwip up to the plane and then kind of release, because his web shooters are organic, so they can keep. They're not like mechanical. So then he'll like thwip kind of X patterns going up into like a ladder.
Great. I'm gonna need you to make a tough check for me to secure it, like tight to the ground, safe enough that Cameron could climb it. We'll call this a DC 6 tough check.
Anybody want to lend me their tough dice?
Let me see what I have.
I'll lend you my tough dice. I have a D10 in tough. I can give that to you. Yeah, I'll lend you my tough dice using my tough. Using tough. I'll lend you tough. You got a D10.
I have a mechanic question, just because this is actually the first time I've played this game. So the group abilities, that's the only thing that we can share. We can't use our skills for each other.
Yes, the group abilities are the only thing that are shared.
No, so there's this, but there are two. Parker's talking about tough, which is literally roll tough on someone else's behalf.
Yeah.
And then there's also skill die, which is lend a teammate a skill die, which is what Michael did earlier.
Yes. Right.
So you can use either of those. And can we use those each once per episode?
Yes, that's how I've always understood it, that you guys need to use those once per episode. Yeah.
So I'm using my once per episode tough to lend you my D10.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, you actually roll it on his behalf, though.
That is a 9.
Yeah. I mean, not that it matters, but
we'll
that's a 9. If that's a 9, can I use my technically? So since I technically should have rolled that on his behalf, would
you were doing that one and not skill dice?
Correct. Yes. Okay. Yes. Do you want me to roll that D10, or could we assume the 9?
We can assume the 9.
Okay.
I think
if that's the case, could I expend my last turbo token to blow that up?
And that's where the difference is important.
That's where the differences comes into play as a thing.
Yeah. Because if you had rolled it and you had rolled a 9, then I think you can blow it up.
Yes.
But, yeah. Nick would have to turbo to blow up his own, and you can't blow up somebody else.
We'll leave it at the 9. We'll call it that. That's fine.
Right,
we don't really need to blow it up. I just wanted to.
No, I know that's totally valid.
Yeah. That's like the whole name.
No, I think it's great. I genuinely think that one of the reasons that we want to run these games is to glean a better understanding of how these mechanics work for people to have better access.
Out of curiosity. Out of curiosity, I rolled and I would have blown up a D10, but whatever. It's fine. We'll stick with the 9. It's too late.
Sorry, I thought you
that's in another timeline.
That's another, the timeline diverges Marvel style, and now we gotta, Okay. We are canonically Marvel, so Ghost Rider.
That's true.
Sliders.
Spider Noir, you pull the ladder that you made taut to the ground, and Cameron, you're able to climb up to the edge of this police vehicle. Plane in the air. You see like the side door of the plane open up. Larkin has opened the door for you.
Amazing.
Larkin. I love it.
All right, then, I don't know, Spider Noir, you want to come up here and shoot downward and, like, airlift this thing?
Sure.
Okay.
So I will attach the ladder to the ground. Well, I guess I don't need the ladder. I'll just get myself up into the plane.
Right.
And then shoot down on the roof of the car.
Okay.
And secure that to the helicopter.
I'll turn to Larkin and I'll give him my hand. Nice to see you, old friend.
Nice to see you too. And make a stunts check to airlift the car. And are you taking the minivan as well? Or are you just taking Eleanor? Or has everyone abandoned the minivan and gotten into the plane?
Oh no, I'm looking at a map trying to find a detour.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Make a wits check to look at the map.
I was gonna say though, is the Odyssey on the list? Is that one of the cars?
The Odyssey is there by on 8? The list.
So we probably should airlift both if we can.
I'm blown up though. It's all right.
Okay. I'm just trying to find a detour.
Yes.
It's a 7.
Okay. All right. So you find a detour. It's going to take you about 20 minutes out of the way, and it's gonna get down to the wire if you guys can get there or not. We've wasted a lot of time in this traffic.
Turn up the banjo music.
The banjo music gets louder, and the van of cages makes a U-turn on the highway and drives away. As Eleanor, Ghost Rider, you're in the front seat, and all of a sudden you feel the car lifting up and flying over the accident on the highway, being held in place by spider webs. Go ahead.
Look, seeing that happening out the window, I'm going to. Who's riding shotgun?
Right shotgun.
Look over at Big Daddy. That's just ridiculous, even for us.
On any other day, this might seem strange.
This is a new, even for cages.
Amazing. Make a drive check. We'll call this a DC 5 drive check. I imagine you're pushing the Odyssey to its max, trying to get there on time.
And I rolled a 5, so.
All right.
Huzzah!
Are you spending a turbo token, or did I call this a 6? I forget what I just said.
Huh?
I'm gonna save my last one.
Okay, save your last one. All right.
I will use our La Familia ability tokens to spend tokens for others at a one-on-one exchange rate. So I will blow up his drive dice to make sure he gets there on time.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
And that is how you can blow up someone else's die.
There we go. Mechanics. Sweet. So I'll roll another 8. Oh, that was great. That's a 15.
Yay.
15. Okay, great. You find the detour and make it through town, and it is like 7:58 as Eleanor is dropped into the parking lot, and it is just about 8 o'clock as you guys roll. Looks at all of you, counts up the cars, and says, "I think that you'd be able to do it." But it seems as though you've gotten everything here on time. Unfortunately, this is too many loose ends for me. And you see him pull a gun.
I was gonna say now.
So I think we're gonna have to take out all of you anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to punch him so hard in the face that he accidentally dies.
Great. Make a brawl check.
Can we all just gang up on him? Just fucking fuck him up.
And technically, this would still be lowering the DC of a check by 3 when defending my friends? Yes.
Yeah.
On this brawl check.
I also can.
That blows up.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, everyone can make a brawl check here if you just all want to.
Perfect.
Fight as a group.
Yep.
I'm using my axe.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
that's a 7 total.
All right, everybody's just.
That's a 1 brawl for me.
8. Okay.
2. I got 16 because I blew up twice. One of which was through a turbo token.
Amazing.
I'm just beating the crap out of him with the tube, the protective tube from the Declaration. I don't have any weapons. I just have the tube. Really going ham on him.
Rather than try and beat him up, Dr. Goodspeed pulls out a small green orb.
Of course he does.
Oh no!
Of course.
Do you know what this is?
Raymond is like on the ground, cowering, has a dent in his skull the size of the tube of the Declaration of Independence, and he's like, "No."
VX gas. It's a cholinesterase inhibitor. Stops the brain from sending nerve messages down the spinal cord within 30 seconds. Any epidermal exposure or inhalation, and you'll know. Twinge at the small of your back as the poison seizes your nervous system. Your muscles freeze, you can't breathe, you spasm so hard you break your own back and spit your guts out. That's after your skin melts off. I think you need to just let us go.
Fine, you can go. Just get out of here. I don't want to die that way.
Nobody does.
And you leave him. Are you gonna release the gas anyway?
No, because that might kill a lot of people.
That's a good point.
Okay, but
We're gonna have
is there a crane nearby?
There is a crane nearby.
Okay,
You're in a
everybody
shipyard.
move. I'm gonna drop it on him.
Make a tech check to control the crane. We'll call it a DC2 tech check.
Yes. That's a 2.
Yay!
And you drop the crane on Raymond Calitri. And then all of a sudden you guys like poof find yourselves back where you started magically, and back at the original meeting of the Cages conference room, like it never happened.
I love it.
Well, that was
Cameron,
fun.
did you just
See
kill a
y'all
man?
next year.
We'll never
Yeah, I
know.
think this was a pretty eventful Cage Con.
Definitely one for the books.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
a dream?
I'm gonna have to hit that Honda dealership down in Tucson.
Gotta
I
be
think I'm gonna
between
try to
Rose' car.
I think it's time to finance that minivan. I've been working on building my credit.
And that's the go ahead if you guys want to keep role playing, you can. Otherwise, that is the end of our adventure.
Yay.
That was fun.
That was super fun. Thank you guys. It is very different to run. Usually I'm much more of a like improv-y DM. Like I'll take like a page of notes on ideas and then let you guys run with it. So it's very hard to be more railroady.
Yeah, there's just so many of us.
I didn't feel it was
Yeah.
railroady at all either, though. So
I didn't feel like there's a difference between like I think railroading and we have a storyline. Like, you know what I mean? Like and I feel like there's in this situation in particular too, with all of us coming into this concept knowing what it was about, knowing that we were doing this Nicolas Cage thing. I think it's if it's railroading, we willingly got on the train.
Yes, we did.
That's true.
I mean, literally, yeah. We were like, well, if the narrative says that we have to, yeah, we're gonna, and we did. It was a good time.
It was.
Ridiculous. Thank you, Erika. You did great. Great
Yeah,
job.
thank you.
thank you.
Wrangling,
You guys were awesome.
Wrangling this ridiculousness.
I loved everyone's cages. You were great.
That's the most ridiculous game I think I've ever played.
Yeah.
Great, good time.
Hey, man, what do we got coming out?
Well, on Tuesday, we are back with the next session of Essentia Live. And then the Tuesday after that, we'll be back with Tabletop Turntable. We don't have a date set just yet for our Once Upon a One Shot next month, but we're playing Alien and Michael's running it, so it'll be a good time.
I just haven't, it said, I just haven't announced it. It's going to be the 30th and 31st.
Oh, okay.
So 31st.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, if you want to get involved, join our Discord community. We'd be happy to have you. Anyone can submit a call to adventure to run a game. Anyone can submit a bid to play in a game. We love to have you. We love expanding our community and learning together. You don't have to have played these games before. You don't have to have run these games before. This is a learning series. So thanks for being here. Keep a lookout. We also have it's our anniversary. We are 1 year old. So we have something special planned for next month. So keep an eye on the social media for that announcement as well. And until then, put the bunny back in the box. I mean, never stop playing. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
This is